Vegan. What's up? I'm so excited for another episode here. I'm actually super stoked about this because we have Julianna Violetto, who is a plant-based chef, and I'm so excited. I went to school with her and really happy to bring her on. So why don't you just kick it off? Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you live, where you grew up.
Okay. Hi, I'm Juliana or Jules. You can call me Jules as well. But I am 24 and I'm actually married, which is fun. And I grew up in Tappan, but I moved to Blauvelt like 10 minutes away. My parents still live in Tappan, so it's kind of nice having them really close. And yeah, I worked at Roots Cafe in Northville for a while, and then at the beginning of this year, I quit just so I could do my business, which I meal. Oh my god, I'm so I'm like nervous. Okay,
Nervous?
it's fine.
You're wonderful.
But I call myself a chef now, which is really fun. I meal prep. I do some catering gigs, retreats, and I'm mostly in the kitchen all the time.
Nice.
Yeah. But I cook out of my home right now, which is really nice. I also part-time work for Sophia's Feast, which she's going to be opening a new business, which is really great. I was making ravioli for her last year, but I'll be working for her again soon. And she's just a really great person to learn from. So I've been learning some pasta, Italian food too.
That's awesome. So, I mean, from when I knew you in high school, I didn't know that you had such a passion for, cooking and food and healthy food. And so have you always had this passion, or did this come out, after college?
Yeah, I mean, my mom's a very good chef as well. So I think I picked up a lot from her growing up. Like she always would explain her dishes and how she's doing things. And, I would be helping her out in the kitchen a lot. So that's kind of where I got that. And then in high school, I went vegan, and that was like a big thing. It was like my identity for like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years. And I don't know, plant-based cooking kind of made me, just try different things and made me more passionate about the food because, I could use different like flavors, different ingredients, and try to like figure that out. So I would always make food for people. Like it's one of my love languages, I would say. So I was always making food for people. And then when I graduated college, I was cooking, more often because of COVID. Like that was right when I graduated. And then I just like people wanted food. So I was just like, oh, I'll start selling it like a little bit, like mostly baked goods, and some other stuff. But yeah, just like I'm self-taught, so I'm always learning.
You're always
I
learning.
think that's the best way is self-taught.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially with cooking.
Yeah.
There's no magic formula.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. So it's fun. It's always
You're always up to something.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, like, the time when you became a vegan, I feel like there wasn't as much available to you, right? Like when you would go out to eat, vegan is more.
Yeah, it's
coming around now, but like
Yeah.
it makes sense why you had to start meal prepping for yourself and really get into what you were eating. So what does it mean to be, vegan? I think people get confused: vegetarian, vegan, pescatarian, plant-based. Could you just go over a little bit of, how you look at it or what it means to you?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, vegan is, just cutting all animal products out of your diet. And that can be like with clothes as well, but it's mostly just your food. That's mostly what people do. But right now, I don't really use the word vegan anymore. I find it can be like restrictive for some people and like maybe even scary and can put some people in a box, I think it's really great because the animal industry is just, the big like animal industry, like slaughterhouses and all that. Like I don't support that at all. I just think we need to be doing it at a smaller scale if we are eating animal products. But recently I've been using like plant-centered or plant-based, plant-forward cooking because I think it's more accessible and simple for people. And I think plants should be still the forefront of when we're cooking for ourselves and our families, and that our daily meals should be full of plants. And like you're not cutting out foods, but you're adding foods in. so yeah, like right now I just believe in moderation of all foods and just to like enjoy your foods. So yeah.
What does plant food mean? Like, what does that mean to you? Like, what's in, like, what are you cooking up right now for people? Like, what are some of the things that you're doing?
Yeah, I mean, I use a lot of, vegetables. Like I'll make a lot of like big salads, which I think are really great with like a protein source in it always, like a plant-based protein source. I've been cooking actually like all morning. So I woke up at like 7, was cooking for like 3.5 hours. But I just made some like red lentil wraps, which are high in protein, and it's just soaked red lentils and water, and you blend it, and they come out as little like wraps. So I'm making like tacos with those. Just getting creative with it and like using plants more. Like say you are eating animal products, you're most like 80% of your diet's coming from plants, and then maybe 20% is coming from animal products. So there's like that, most of your diet is plants.
Right.
Plant forward.
Okay. Yeah.
So do you let's just say I wanted to come to you, would you cook with things like eggs and stuff like that, or you wouldn't? It's just all vegan, like animal products excluded?
Yeah, I mean, so like there are some people that do want more like animal products, so I will do that, but I have to like separate it from the plant-based cooking, so I don't do it like at the same time, and I make sure everything's washed really, really nicely, so yeah, like if people did want that, because what I do with like my meal preps, which takes me time, and like I go through everyone who like has their specific like needs. Like say someone doesn't like red onions, like that's like a thing, they're allergic to something, like I make sure I write that down, and every week I change up the meals. And so like there's a few people who like want more protein from animal sources, so I'll use that, but like I'm mostly using plants for them as well. So yeah, it's really cool that I can do that and just like make specific meals for specific people. So like I think this weekend I have like 7 or 8 people. I've been meal prepping for my dad because he goes to work in the city, and like my mom's like, oh, like why don't you just meal prep for him? So I'm like, okay, and he's been loving it. Like I'm just trying to give him like, he's in his 60s. I want him to eat like good protein, good, like a lot of veggies and some carbs to fill him up. So yeah, it's been fun.
Now, do you somebody comes to you, do you give them ideas? Do you just make them, if they say this is what I like, this is my taste buds, and then you'll just make
pretty much
they like? Okay, that's good for people to know, because sometimes like for somebody like me, I don't eat any carbs, or I just eat vegetables. I do eat meat though. I eat fish, mostly fish. But sometimes you don't know what there's so many things out there that there's sometimes I'm like, what you just said, I just made lentil wraps. I'm like, wow, I want to know how to do that, so
it's the recipe.
So it's good to know that you will help people to understand, hey, I'll just cook for you. And because for people that are busy, it's hard to stay healthy and to cook it and do it all.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's a lot. So I just, that's like what my goal is with doing this. It's just to like make eating healthy accessible and easy, and like, just seamless, because it's so hard for people that like just like will grab something like a little unhealthy, or that just doesn't make them feel good. Right. Like I want to make food that makes people feel good.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like anything packaged or,
I know. I was at the grocery store looking at the like labels, and I'm like, why is this in here? Like, I don't understand.
Do you like weekly put out a prefix menu where like it gives people ideas, or everything is more just like customized? I reach out to you. How does that work?
Yeah, as of now, like, because I'm doing it by myself, it's I do it like to everyone's needs, and I don't really have a menu, but like I'll give people ideas, and like I have everything written down that I've made in the past, so like I could put out a menu, but I kind of like doing this right now, so we'll see what happens in the future.
It sounds like so customizable and like personable. And for me, just like as a mom and working, and it's like it's always a struggle to be like, oh, I gotta cook this, cook that. Like now I can just, you know, reach in the fridge, you cook this really nice thing for me, and I could just eat it and feel good eating it, you know, like not feel guilty that I just spent $30 on a meal that tastes like garbage, you know. So that's really awesome. So what kind of services do you offer? I know you mentioned the meal prep. I also, you said some baked goods, you know, around holidays. I'm sure you're busy catering. Talk about that.
So like right now, mostly like especially on weekends, I'm doing meal prepping. But like next weekend, I'm actually doing a little like it's just right now it's for family and friends, but I'm doing a little pop-up with a friend, like a fixed menu, like small tasting dishes, just to like have fun and try some things out. And then I'm catering an event next weekend, just like a CrossFit event, the one in Orangeburg. So that's like one of my first times doing that. So it's just like, you know, figuring it out as I go.
That's it, trial and error.
Exactly.
My next question was going to say, what do you see in the future for yourself? But I guess you're going with it. You're just
I'm just, you know, rolling with it. Just figuring, like, seeing what happens. Like taking opportunities as I can, but not overwhelming myself. You know, saying yes to things that I know I can handle. But in January, I cooked for like a weekend yoga retreat. It was like an hour and a half away, and I cooked for like, I think 25, 30 people. And it was just amazing. Like I was so in my zone. Like, it was like pretty much just me, like doing all the cooking and cleaning. And, but it was amazing. So I'm hoping that I can do another one of those soon. Like then I try to offer like stuff on holidays, like baked goods and meals and like all of that, just to make like holidays easier. And like if people need plant-based foods to bring to
for themselves, or if they have somebody coming that doesn't eat, you know, meat or something like that. I remember like your Thanksgiving stuff. It sounded so yummy, and it's like it's good alternatives. I know my brother's vegetarian, and we always are like, oh, we got to make another dish.
My mom used to make, because me and my sister were vegan to get like for at the same time, and so my mom would make the Thanksgiving meal and then a whole nother vegan like dish.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, I was like, you don't have to do that, but okay, like, like I can eat. So
Now, what are your baked goods? Are they like natural sugars? Like, what do you focus on with the baked goods?
I try to make them nutrient dense. So I'll use like sweeteners, mostly would be like maple syrup. I will try to use like monk fruit sweeteners sometimes, or like coconut sugar, or like even bananas and like applesauce to like sweeten. But and then like the flours would be like oat flour, which I really love. Like I use oat flour a lot because I just think it's really nutrient dense and like fills you up. Like, you know, like baked goods with flour just don't fill you up as much. So I feel like you can feel good about eating the baked goods for like any meal of the day. Like you can eat my baked goods for breakfast with a cup of coffee, or you can eat it for dessert or a snack. So I really like that. Almond flour. What else do I use? Like whole wheat, you know. But
that's awesome. I can't wait to try. I'm definitely gonna order. So is it super customizable where it could be like 5 days a week, it could be 2 days a week, it could be
one time?
One time. Is that like what works for you?
Most people would do like 5 meals a week, like once a day. I meal prep for someone that's like 10 meals a week. Or like even some people do 4 just because they like do something else one of the other days. But like usually it's like 5 meals that I split up, and I try to do like 2 different meals. So like 3 and like 2, they'll be like a little different, just so you're not eating the same thing every day. But it just like kind of depends on what you need. And
like you said, if we're going to a party and we need a dish, we can
like an 8x8 or even a bigger one. And I also like have been trying to do family style meals, so you can like put it on the table and be like, okay, dinner, you know. Like you don't have to worry about it.
So do you do everything, like you pick up the food? How does delivery work and stuff like that?
I'm at ShopRite a lot. But so like I'll go grocery shopping, I'll cook it all, and then either if you can pick it up, like I'm right in Blauvelt if you're close, but like I do drop off food every weekend for someone like 30 minutes away in Jersey. So like obviously I add a little charge for that because my time. But like I've been my friend from the city also wanted some food, so like I I've been trying to like drop her off food.
Oh, that's so
city,
sweet.
which is like, yeah. So
It's a little far.
Yeah. But I try to do it's either pick up or drop off. It just depends really where you live. Like I drop off someone who's really close, you know? So
very nice. So how can we find you? Is it through Facebook, stuff like that, Instagram?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty active on Instagram, which has a curse word in it. Warning, I'm a fucking food eater. And I also just made a website which is jvioletto, my last name.com. And then you can also contact me on Facebook because all my Instagram posts usually will go on my Facebook. So yeah, I'm on all of it, or just my email which is on my website. So a lot of ways to contact me.
We'll be sure to blast all your contact. And I know I can see your wheels are spinning. You want to try it.
Yeah, totally.
It's pretty much plant-based.
Very healthy. So
awesome. Yeah, I'm your girl then.
Yeah.
Well, Jules, thanks so much for your time today. I really appreciate it, and we look forward to advertising you and putting you out there in our Rockland market.
Yes, we're so.
You guys are doing some awesome stuff.
Thank you.
Cool. I love it.
Well, you have a lovely weekend.
Yeah, you guys